Hey guys, Jexie here. Welcome back to another video. I'm really super excited to talk about today's topic because I think that we can take all this drama and all the negativity surrounding the Rewired Soul and some of the things that have been talked about him and apply it to like real life and how we can deal with this kind of drama in our regular lives. Because let's be real, I know for myself, it's so easy to get sucked into other people's drama. And so I thought I would talk about how I deal with that in a real life type basis and how I think that as a community, we can kind of move forward from this in like a really positive, loving way. So with all the videos out there, I'm not even going to go into any of the actual drama and accusations or things surrounding the Rewired Soul. And this video isn't about drama channels or anything like that. I'm not even going to put like the Rewired Soul's name in the title because I'm not using it for clickbait. What I want to do is I want to talk about how the negative, just all the negativity surrounding the situation has trickled into the recovery and mental health community in a way that I think we really need to move forward from. And I'm not talking about like the specific people that he hurt, because like their process for dealing with this situation is different. I'm not talking about them. I'm not even going to name their channels. I'm talking about people like me who have nothing to do with the situation, who are complete outsiders and are just involved in the recovery community on YouTube. And so I just want to make sure that we're really clear on that. I am not talking about people who have been personally hurt, people who have personally been involved in this situation. Their ways of getting through that is going to be completely different. I'm talking about for people like me who are not personally involved in this situation like in any way, but have kind of been sucked into the drama of it. So as an addict, I like other people's drama. I'm not personally one to like create drama. I don't like to cause drama. I don't like to be involved in people's drama, but I love hearing about people's drama. I'm just being real. I don't like when other people suffer, but I like being in the know. I like hearing what's going on. I like feeling like I'm a part of. And I think a lot of addicts can identify with that feeling of wanting to be a part of. And sometimes being a part of means knowing what's happening around us. So this isn't just a situation that happens online. I think we see this a lot in the recovery community in real life. There's a lot of drama, especially when you're new in recovery. Look, it's hard. Recovery's hard. The feelings, there's this void when you stop using that you feel like you need to fill, right? And sometimes getting involved in drama is a great feeling, right? Some people turn to sex, some people turn to shopping, right? Like everybody has like something that they turn to, especially in early recovery, that makes them feel like they're filling that void. And drama can be a huge void filler for people. And just because I'm not in early recovery anymore doesn't mean that I still don't fall victim to that. And so what I found is that it gets very hard when drama situations like this happen. For one, I think the recovery community has done a really good job of kind of staying supportive of each other, regardless of how people have thought about the situation, because people's feelings have changed over time. And that's a good thing. If you feel something about a situation, one day, and then you get more information and you change your mind, that's not a negative thing. That's not being hypocritical. That's learning. And we should all be doing that. We should all constantly be reevaluating our perspectives on things based on new information. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. I feel like my entire recovery is based on learning and accepting new information. If I wasn't open-minded to that, like I would never grow in recovery. So changing your perspective is okay. I also think that it's hard. Some people, I've seen the negativity surrounding the situation affect people's real life recovery. And I'm not even talking about the people who are personally involved in this situation, because we can all kind of see how that would make us feel. I'm talking about people who have nothing to do with this situation at all, but have gotten so wrapped up in it, right? And I'm including myself in this. This is not me talking to other people. I'm talking about my own stuff here. But we get so wrapped up in it, it can start to affect our daily lives. So like, what do I mean by get so wrapped up in it? Well, are you waking up in the morning looking for new videos on the topic to see what the current tea is, right? Like, is that something you're doing? Because I was doing that. I was very interested to find out this information and see how he responded and see what other people say, right? To the point where it was like almost becoming obsessive. I can get that way with anything. And I think a lot of us can. And so how do we move forward? What do we do? Well, I think we can, one, learn from the situation. So what can we learn? Well, we learned, one, that the people in the recovery community are super supportive of each other. That's been very clear. I think that we've seen people really stick together and be respectful of difference of opinions on the situation. Not everybody has felt the same way throughout this entire process. And I think that's really good. I think we were using it as a way to talk about mental health. And for me, my only corner of the mental health thing is recovery. I don't have experience in other areas. I may do some videos where I talk about experience I had being married to somebody with a lot of these issues and talk about my own perspective of that. But like, I don't have any credentials of anything. I'm just a person in recovery. So what I talk to you guys about is purely my experience. I don't even give you my perception of ideas. Like, I just tell you what I experience, right? So like, I can see the way that this has been affecting people in their real life. It also has made people, we already have like this stigma surrounding people in recovery, right? Like, and it's very hard for a lot of us to speak out. Like, it's one of the reasons I started a channel to begin with, is because I noticed how many people like weren't speaking out about their experiences in recovery. And I thought that that was a shame, because some people have really good experiences to share. So I thought it was a good idea for somebody like me who's very comfortable speaking out loud about recovery and addiction. And I do also have some experience with social media management, because that's what I do for a living. So I thought it was a really good idea for me just to put out content that just shares my experience. But I have seen this situation cause people in our recovery community to post less, to be wary about the content that they're posting, because yes, some people are very into giving their opinions on situations like this, and that's great. Other people don't want to be involved in it at all. And when it's a topic that you're thinking about or that you're watching a lot, there becomes this fear that you're going to speak out about it and maybe make people say something negative against you. And who wants that, right? Like, nobody wants to bring negativity to themselves. So we're kind of stuck in this place. So I think that we can learn from this situation. I think we can learn, one, that staying true to who we are and our message is always going to be the best option. I know how to make clickbaity titles. I know how to put out content that would be more likely to get views by more people, right? I know how to do that, but that goes against the message that I'm giving, so I don't. I would rather have a smaller channel and have people really understand what I'm trying to say than bring people in to watch my videos that aren't really interested in hearing somebody's experience with recovery, right? Like, it's not my audience. And so I think we can learn that staying true to your audience and your message is always going to be a better route. I think we've also learned how quickly things can spiral out of control. And for those of us who are addicts, we know that all too well. Getting wrapped up in something and having it be one thing and then turn into something completely unexpected that you didn't mean for it to happen, that's like the story of our lives. I know, like, just with my own using, like, I thought using was fun. Like, it was a good time. And before I knew it, it was controlling every aspect of my life, and I couldn't get out of that. And I think that that's something as addicts that we have to be very careful of, because it's not just with drugs. We can get that wrapped up in things that aren't substances, right? Like, I'll speak for myself. I can get that wrapped up in things that aren't substances. I can become obsessive. I can become compulsive. I can become just consumed to the point where if I don't feel like situations are going the way I expect, or I don't feel like the information is the way I think it needs to be, like, it affects me. So I think that this has been a really eye-opening experience for a lot of us on how YouTube drama can affect our real life recovery. And I think it's something we need to be careful of. There's always going to be drama on YouTube, right? Like, let's be real. The Rewired Soul planned to get himself into the drama talk. That was, and I'm not saying whether it was right or wrong. That was his plan to get more views. His words, not mine. That's not like my thing. That's what he had said. And it didn't work out the way he wanted. He did get the more views. He did get people talking about him, right? But there was so much negativity surrounding that he didn't anticipate. And I think that we can all identify with that, making a decision that seems right and not anticipating the consequences of those actions. That's why, like, for me, like, I have a sponsor, I have a network. I don't make big decisions like that without running it through these people, because I looked at this situation, I'm like, wow, that could very easily have been me in any aspect, maybe on YouTube, but in other areas of my life. Ego is something we have to watch. When we gain an audience on YouTube, it's easy to be like, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing well, right? But if I'm not calling my sponsor, if I'm not going to the meetings I need to go to, if I'm not doing the things that I need to do for my own recovery, then what I'm spitting at you is a bunch of BS. All I can do is share with you my experience, tell you what's working for me day to day, and then listen to your experience and have a conversation. So look, what I think we need to do is I think we all need to consider what we've learned personally about our own recovery through our own involvement in watching this drama unfold. Perhaps we did a really good job. Perhaps there's people there who are like, I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't want to. And I would say that's fantastic. Then you clearly are doing better in that aspect of your life than I am, because it's so easy for me to get involved in other people's stuff. So I don't know. I would be really interested for you guys to tell me, like, not about your thoughts on the Rewired Soul or the drama community, not on any of that. I've seen tons of comments on that. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is, has watching this drama unfold impacted your recovery? Has watching this drama unfold caused you to learn something about yourself? Let's keep it on us. Let's keep the talk on what we're doing, what we're learning, and what we're experiencing. There's enough videos out there talking about other people. But I'd love to hear if anybody else experienced it how I did, which was getting way too invested in somebody else's problems that had nothing to do with me. So thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. I am really, really enjoying being included so much in the recovery community on YouTube, on Hangouts. I think it's fantastic. The amount of support that you guys give me is unreal. I try really hard to be on everybody's live streams. If you have a channel, I'm all about self-promotion. So if you have a channel that's like related to recovery in some sort of way, you can absolutely self-promote yourself in the comments. I'm all about it, you know? Like, we should be lifting each other up. We should be supporting each other. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope that we can talk about something else on Friday. And yeah, like this video, subscribe, do all those fun things. It helps me in a big way. And yeah, I look forward to reading your comments. Have a great day, everyone.